Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Kingland Systems Game Center. We've had a lot of fun with these. We appreciate the support of Kingland Systems getting behind Iowa State athletics. And today, we're focusing on volleyball, the 2017 match between Iowa State and Kansas at Hilton Coliseum. And we're joined by three seniors from that team. Joining us from Pennsylvania, where she's coaching at Westminster College, is Samara West. Hi, Samara.
Hi, how are you?
Tremendous, doing great. Alexis Conaway is joining us as well. She's back from Finland, where she was playing professionally. Hi, Alexis, how you doing?
Hello, doing great. Excited to be here.
Awesome. And in Clinton, Iowa, her hometown, is Monique Harris. Hi, Monique. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. We're doing great.
Good.
So we're going to have Austin just go ahead and roll the footage, and you guys go ahead and set the stage, because you had fallen to Kansas earlier in the season, and I know that was really disappointing because they felt like you had them, and then it kind of got away. But you get another shot at a really good Kansas team here. So kind of set the stage for us a little bit.
I'd say Kansas was one of those teams where we just wanted to bring it every time we played them. I know there's just a little something extra that I felt like everyone on the team just collectively agreed, okay, we're going for it.
Just felt like, every year it just seemed like, sorry, Mara, but every year it seemed like when it comes to like a rivalry type situation, it was always the biggest rivalry. I felt like even bigger than us in Texas, only because it was even a little bit more even across the board with wins and losses. So I felt like that kind of just there was just a little bit more energy and a little bit more like chip on our shoulder behind it every time.
Yeah, I would say the same. I would say Kansas was definitely one of our huge rivals in the pack. Not the pack, sorry, the Big 12. Pack is what I play in. Coach in. But in the Big 12, so it was always fun playing them. And yeah, I do remember going into 5 with them and losing. It was very tough. So we were definitely fired up to play them at home, and it was just amazing when we did win against them.
It's a really good crowd, and we're going to show the action from sets 1 and 4 in this match. So we're picking it up here with set 1, and like I said, this Kansas program, they've kind of fallen on a little bit harder times here lately, but they were on a tremendous roll in this like 2 or 3 year stretch here, where they made a Final Four. They had really done some good things. So you knew you had to play well to beat them, didn't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Could always expect them to bring their best too. We were bringing it, and they would too. But I think that's what made it a lot of fun, because both teams were just going hard and competing.
They had a great player in Kelsey Payne.
Yeah,
they had a lot of good players.
Yeah, they definitely had a lot of good players, especially our senior season. I mean, their setter was good. They had a really good outside. Well, Kelsey Payne, and then their other outside was pretty decent. So we could just expect big hitters from them and just putting up good blocks and hopefully to play defense around them. But yeah, it was always competitive playing against KU, and it was always a fun competitive spirit with them.
I think the big thing against KU is like it was so much more creative than any other opponent. It was never just kind of a straightforward scouting report. It was very different. They did so many different things, so it was really unique every time.
Yeah,
and you guys kind of went back and forth between 6-1 and 5-2 over a period of time. But this was kind of more of a 5-1 team, wasn't it?
Yeah, we definitely went into a 5-1 with Mo. Mo was pretty much our main setter. But yeah, we really have been a 5-1 offensive team. I think Christy really liked that, or enjoyed the 5-1 offense better than a 6-2.
Yeah, I know. It was, and always nice having Monique, such a seasoned veteran, as a setter, and you knew she was going to bring the fire too. And then for our whole team, really, it seemed like we had 5 girls on the court who could score, and I think that's what made us such an effective team too. I knew no matter who was hitting the ball, they could put it down.
Well, including her, Jess Shaben. Now, what a talented player, you guys. She was really special.
Yeah, she was. She really was. And just amazing on and off the court. Not even just on the court, just in both ways.
Yeah, her spirit was pretty. She was one of the funny ones on the team, I would say. Yeah, definitely different personalities on the team, which was nice. But we all really got along and everything, so that was really nice. Like, I mean, Mo's funny, but she's also like she gets the job done. Like she's like, hey, we gotta get this done right now, and then like Lex is pretty much the lax one. Like
Stay nice and steady.
Steady, and we're like, all right, come on, Lex, we gotta go.
My favorite was always with you, Samara. When you would turn it on, you'd get a big kill. You get so hype. It was the best. And then it was like, okay, good luck to the other team. Like, Samara's on, you're not touching it.
Yeah, when you're there, it's there. It's not going anywhere.
No, yeah, I agree. Definitely miss the being competitive, just playing competitive collegiate volleyball. I definitely miss it. But yeah, I also miss my teammates as well. Like, you guys are amazing, and definitely like long friendships, and pretty much I can call you guys family. Friendships and bad, you guys.
Right back at you. It's crazy how much time we spent together. Looking back, like from 6 a.m. in the morning to 9 at night after a game, it was nonstop. But that's what makes college sports so cool.
You know, one of the things that really struck me about this collection of players that you had on this team was the versatility. I mean, several of you like started your careers at one position and ended up moving to another position, and Mo is just a unique setter too. I mean, it's a different type of team than probably any other that Christie's really had.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I've only played middle my whole life and then got moved to the right side. So, yeah, that was definitely different. Like going from being a middle, you just block everything. You have to get up all the time. It's just faster. And then moving to the right side, I'm like, okay, I have to set the block. I have to come off for defense, which I'm not really great at defense. and like doing all that. But yeah, I would definitely say we had a very versatile team. And I think we definitely adjusted. We adjusted well to it. We were very open-minded about it. We weren't really, I don't know what the word I'm trying to say, but but we were definitely good.
We didn't really harp too much on too much on the changes too much. It was like, it was really, really interesting and like weird for me, just considering that like I did just set my whole life. Like growing up, I set, but my height was just always going to be a huge factor for me. So it was like, I'll just, whatever you guys want me to do, I'll do, because I want to play at this level. This is my dream. So when Chrissy offered the DS and libero position, I was like all for it. And then by my surprise, I guess I played a little bit better defense when I was setting.
And that had to be a challenge. I mean, that had to be a challenge playing on the front row against look at the size of these Kansas players. I mean, Mo, that could have been easy.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't easy, but I just look at myself as I could jump at the time. And I would just say that I'm just so competitive that didn't get in my way. Like I was over the net enough to where you couldn't just hit straight down. So I didn't get too nervous about it. It was just like my competitive spirit just kind of kept me going in that sense.
Yeah, I can say it never once was like, oh man, we got Monique up there as a short setter. It was like, okay, great, Monique's up there. Like, we got nothing to worry about. I feel like you played like 6 inches taller than you actually were.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got your blocks.
I did. There was a few in there.
Even better when you got them.
Yeah, but yeah, it was just amazing. But yeah, we never had to worry about Monique being up there. She's definitely a competitor and just as aggressive blocker than what she is setting. So we definitely could trust her being up there and getting the job done.
How about for you, Alexis? You had to change positions too during the course of your career. What were some of the challenges of that for you?
Yeah, switching to middle, I felt like I was learning how to play volleyball all over again. I felt so clueless, like I was just running in circles the whole time, but at the same time made it a new challenge. So slowly but steadily got more and more comfortable. And then by senior year, I thought I would just be in the middle the whole time. I started out the season playing back in the middle. But then when Christy approached me with the potential change, I was like, well, okay, now's the time, and try to get a few more passing reps in. But it really was fun for me. I love parts of being middle, but then I also love parts outside and getting to play defense. So, and again, with such a great team around you, everyone just kind of embraced things and helped each other out to where that was huge for me.
You guys are going to put away this first set here in just a minute. And how much does this help? I mean, obviously, you know, the sour taste from the last time you had played them to come out and really play well and get set one.
Yeah, I think getting the first set is always fun. And it does kind of take a little load off our shoulders too if we win the first set, so that's always fun. But yeah, we were definitely determined this game to win, considering what happened last time we faced them.
I think, yeah, but, like for me,
I think
it was.
Go
ahead. Sorry, finish. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say for me, it just felt good to get that first one, especially because when we were there, you know, we got the first two and then kind of lost the last three. So then kind of to get the first one, it was like, okay, all right, this is a new situation. We're not going into the last situation, kind of start fresh and give ourselves a little bit more confidence after the gut-wrenching loss the first time.
So we're jumping ahead now to set 4. So you guys won the first 2. They took the third set. And then it's kind of it's pretty competitive here in the 4th. And it's probably kind of fragile. Like if you drop this one, all of a sudden they've won 2 in a row going to the 5th. So this was big.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
It was a must win for us. It didn't for the fans, or it may not have seemed like a must win, but for us, just after the scenario of the first one, that game 4 was a must win.
And that's the crazy thing about volleyball is anything can happen. And
yeah,
you're feeling good, you get a win, but then the next game is an entirely new game. You're starting over 0-0. So yeah, to be able to get one win and then another one is huge.
Yeah. It could be such a momentum game too. Like it's all about momentum. So if like you get runs and it's like, okay, we got to stop this run because that run can literally make the game or the set for us. So trying to dwindle down how many runs they get, like, okay, they only get one and we're signing out here, like that really helps a lot. And I think the team that our senior year, our team, we were definitely determined and just very competitive. Like, okay, we're signing out this rotation so we can get the serve and make our runs.
You guys really had a great non-conference this year. You had a lot of really good non-conference victories. And then, you know, you get into conference in a little bit slower start, but like so many of Christy's teams, it just felt like once you hit your stride, and this was a big part of it, this match, but once you hit your stride, you guys were really, really good all the way to the end.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, every year the unique thing with college sports is you have people in and out, and every year Christy's always finding out, okay, what's the best position to put people in, but then as it gets going, we really get comfortable with each other and you get rolling and seems like things kind of click and come into place, and then we could just keep going from there.
Yeah, and I feel like every year since like personalities and playing themes, we're every year so different. So I felt like it wasn't as easy as you may have thought to find those perfect matches for the perfect 6 that need to be on the floor together and the rotations. And I feel like we may have sacrificed some conference to get that, but I feel like it always helped us in that end run to always consistently being in the tournament when we're playing so well in November that it's hard to deny us of that spot.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think our non-conference really sets us up for the tournament at the end and just at the end of PAX. Oh my God, I keep saying PAX. Big 12. I coach, so our conference is freaking PAX, but the Big 12. Sorry. But that definitely sets us up for the tournament. And actually, we were really excited because we actually got to host the first and second round of the NCAA. So that was just amazing in itself. I definitely wouldn't have. I definitely liked the way that we ended our season. At least it was at home.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to be able to host the first 2 rounds.
Hey Mo, I'm wondering what it was like to have, Alexis and Samara and Grace and Jess. And I mean, as a setter, it sure seems like you had a lot of good options. You didn't really have any bad choices there.
Yeah, it made my job so much easier. And kind of in a sense, like, when you get like, oh, Mo did it's like such a great game. And it's like, I really owe it all to them, because it just seemed like no matter which decision I made, it was going to give me something, and it was going to give our team something. So that was amazing. And it just, like I said, made it so much easier for me, and it helped me be successful and enjoy the time that I had there as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think Mo is definitely a smart setter. Like, she knows who's hot. She knows who's not. I mean, I know during the Princeton game, I was definitely not on. And Mo's like, okay, I know you be on tomorrow at least.
Just save it for another day.
Like, yeah.
I actually remember. I remember that. I think mid game, you were like, Mara kind of looks at me. She's like, this just isn't my game. And I'm like, well, save it for Wisconsin tomorrow. It's fine. It's fine. We'll make it through this one. Save it for tomorrow.
So she definitely knows who to go to in certain situations. Which is, I mean, that's great to have a setter, because I mean, you have to definitely have that volleyball IQ to know, like, okay, I'm going to this person when we're, and when it's needed, or when they're needed, and and even throw off the opponent's defense, because maybe they're camping out on the outside, and okay, they're camping in the middle, and then let's jack it outside or throw it back, So she was really good at determining, okay, who I'm going to set or which situation she's going to give the ball to. So that's really good to have as a setter.
Now, obviously, we show a lot of points where you guys are having success here. But one thing that I just noticed as a fan, and this has been consistent with Christy's programs for as long as I followed them, is just look at the faces. I mean, you guys have such a blast competing. You can see it, that couple of hours is just like a special time for you guys. And I imagine it's because you work so hard in practice that the games feel kind of like the fun part.
Yeah, I just feel like we all agreed in practice, and just whenever we had our off days in practice and it just kind of felt dull, whenever that happened, I just felt like that was kind of our mission, to really enjoy it. And that's, I feel like, when we played our best, is when we just went out there, enjoyed each other, enjoyed our competitiveness, and enjoyed the moment, because it doesn't last forever.
Right.
No, definitely doesn't.
It's just so fun. I mean, yes, it can be hard with early mornings and long days, but at the end of the day, we were getting to do what we loved with a group of girls who love to do the same thing that became family. So yeah, just so thankful for college athletics and the experiences that it leads to.
Yeah.
But you guys were fortunate. You got to play in front of great crowds. Not everybody can say that.
Yeah.
They were great.
Playing in front of a huge crowd. Like, you don't really notice that you're playing in front. I mean, people, because you're just so focused on the game, until you rewatch games like this, and you're like, wow, that was a lot of people we played in front of. And not even just our parents and our families. It's people who really enjoyed watching Iowa State volleyball. It's just really nice to have that type of support and just fan base there. And they definitely welcome you with open arms. I know we used to have like meet and greets and stuff, and that was just great, just meeting people who really loved watching us. So that was just amazing.
Yeah, I think that's such a special thing about Iowa State in general, is people genuinely love to support you and love to be part of the athletics. And yeah, it did seem like a given, but then once you leave, you realize, oh, that is not the norm. That's not the way it is everywhere else, but it's so cool. So
you guys mentioned, really good chemistry on this team. You guys liked each other. How important is that in volleyball? Because it seems like you're so dependent on each other to have success.
Oh yeah, it's really important. Like, that's pretty much the glue that holds us all together. I think if you have great team chemistry, everything just flows naturally. You don't have to worry about any drama on the team or drama on the court. And like you said, it really looked like we enjoyed ourselves being out there, and that team chemistry really helps that. because we really did enjoy being out there with each other and, celebrating each other, whether we were on the court or not. So it's just an amazing experience to have. Like I said, they're pretty much like my family away from home, and, pretty much my sisters that I didn't grow up with, but had a good experience with for 4 years or 4.5. So it's just amazing.
It's an experience. It's an experience that not a lot of people get to experience. So like being able to do that type of thing together really bonds you together. And without that, I mean, you can't do one without the other. You can't get a good set without a good pass. You can't get a good swing without a good set. And it's just having the camaraderie of us getting along just automatically kind of flows there. And there's no cold shoulder when things aren't going well, because you know that person as a person and you enjoy that person's company. So it just allows you to really gel as a team and not focus on the negatives, because you guys are friends and you enjoy that. You enjoy each other.
Yeah, it really is like the ultimate team sport. I mean, you can't win a point without 3 people touching the ball. So you have to have that connection physically with pass that hit, but then, emotionally being on the same page and going for the same thing makes it a lot of fun.
You're getting close to closing them out here. And again, this is number 11 team in the country, Kansas. You guys each finished, I think, 11-5 this season. But this was really a good win. I mean, beating these guys, you had to play well to do it, and you obviously did this night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a fun day. That was after football. They beat TCU.
Oh, that's right. That was that day. It was homecoming, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yes. That's like what I remember. Like one of the most, just like how good the day was, just to be a Cyclone. We, of course, have to do serve and pass and stuff, so we couldn't really watch the game, but we were able to go be at the game a little bit right before the ending, and we had to leave a good 5 minutes before the game ended, so we didn't get stuck in the. Like when they storm the field, we want to get stuck there. So we had to leave, but then coming and doing this and then being able to go celebrate with them, that was amazing too.
Yeah, I remember there's just nothing like the feeling of finishing a game and winning, and then all coming together. You hear the crowd cheering, and then the band plays, and it's just like the coolest thing ever, where, oh my gosh, like this whole gym just celebrating and finding success after all the hours of hard work that you put in. So it's a pretty cool moment.
How hard is the last point to get against a really good team?
Feels impossible.
Like that video just showed.
Those couple points right there. Doing all you can.
It feels that way as a fan. I always feel like you're carrying your groceries to the car, and those last few steps, they get heavier and heavier. It's like or the closer in baseball trying to get that last out. And there we go. You got it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yes, the most.
and for a block for what we worked so hard for 4 years.
Yes.
To end it on that.
All the blocking footwork.
Oh man.
To me, that's almost more. Oh, go ahead.
Coaching club, and sometimes me being not very tall, and they'll be working on blocking. I'm like, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. As much as we did that, I may not be tall, but I got the mechanics down now.
Yes, you do.
Great win. There it is, 3-1 over a really good Kansas team. You guys are ranked 22nd, and I think what's been fun today is to have 3 seniors from that team, and of course Hennessy's was a senior too, but to have you 3 seniors, because you're kind of the heart and soul of that team. So I imagine that the bond between the 3 of you is something that wasn't just there that year, but still exists, because it seems like you guys still have a lot of fun when you're together.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool no matter how much time goes by. Like the minute we start talking and see each other, it's like time never passed, which I think is pretty neat.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of memories to cherish, and a lot of funny ones that we could just talk about, whether it's like strength and conditioning training, something in practice, or like games. Because we have a lot of stories about strength and conditioning.
So many stories, so many experiences that we experienced together with no one else. And so it's just one of those things that will never go away. And we'll always have that bond together when we see each other or communicate in any way.
Well, that's why we do this. And we appreciate Kingland Systems for doing it. They have given us the power to do this, and it's just fun. It's fun to kind of go back and watch some great moments in Cyclone history, and you guys were part of it. So appreciate you doing this today. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, thanks for having me. This was great. The highlight of my day.
Good. Well, it was a highlight of ours too. Thanks you guys for doing it.
Yes, thank you.